piece of paper, white paper here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to color in and draw the trunk of the tree with this brown marker. Now, if you don't have a marker handy, you can of course cut this out of brown construction paper as well. And I want a couple branches coming out here and there. That way we can cut the construction paper leaves and glue them onto these branches. Here is my tree with the branches, and now I'm going to grab some green, orange, and yellow construction paper to make some leaves. You really can use whatever color you want. You don't have to use these colors. So I have stacked the paper on top of each other, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure an inch down and then another inch. I'm just going to measure at every inch. I've got 4 inches down now, and I will do that on this side as well. Mark it at every single inch, and then we're just going to draw lines across, and we're just trying to get some consistent size leaves, but we can also make some bigger and smaller. So I'm also going to mark every inch going across. So we're going to make these 1 by 1 inch. We'll do that down here too, so we can make lines. And then we can just draw out those lines as well. Okay, so I'm done drawing my lines, and I kind of have now like a grid drawn on my paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut on those lines and cut those all out. Okay, so I have all these strips cut out, and let's see, this might be a little bit thick to cut through all of these at once. So I might want to break these up into halves, into a half stack, and then cut them. Okay, so I have a bunch of squares cut out, and I can take 2 or even 3 of these and then stack them together. And then fold that in half, and I can cut either a heart shape. So let's cut out a heart shape first, half of a heart shape. So it's going to look something like this. We can open that up just to make sure it looks right. It looks a little odd, and we can always trim it. We can just close that right back up, trim it a little bit to make it a little bit cleaner. There, that looks a little bit better. Let's clean it a little more. We can just trim this a little bit till we're happy with the shape of it. Okay, so that kind of works. I like that. So I have another stack here, and we can cut out a leaf shape as well. We fold that in half again and just cut out a leaf shape just like that. So I've cut out several layers and several pieces of hearts and leaves, and now I'm going to just put a little glue right down the center of each one and just glue these to each other. Just put a little glue right in the middle. We can just lay that right on top and do that with all of these. And you can kind of decide which color you want on top and in the middle, if you want them to be consistent or if you want them to change. Okay, so I've glued some of these together. They're all glued in the middle. And then I'm going to refold this heart because some of that glue keeps it open. So I'll refold the heart, and I'm just going to apply a little glue to the edge of this, just like that, just a tiny bit. And then I can place it anywhere on my branch. Just place it down and allow it to dry for a little bit. You can always kind of look and see where you want to place each leaf or heart. Just put a little glue on the edge there and then just put it down on the paper. If you feel like your tree is a little sparse and you want to add more, you can always add more branches and more cutouts. Once you're done placing out your leaves, you can open them up a little bit. That way the other colors can show just by folding them slightly and allowing some of those other pieces of paper to show. So finally, once you're done, you can write a quote if you want. This is completely optional. It's up to you. You don't have to do this. And I recommend doing this with pencil first, so if you mess up, you always have the option to erase. So I'm going to use my ruler. I'm going to put "Let yourself grow in love." And so I want to kind of make a very light line of where my lettering is going to go. So I can make a light line there and a light line here. Okay, and so I'm going to kind of look up calligraphy lettering on a search and get an idea of how I want to write it. So let's just do like an L here, and then an E, and a T. And I gotta make sure it's going to look and fit on the paper. And yourself is going to be a little bit bigger, so you want to keep that in mind. I'll make this L kind of bigger, or the word love a little bit bigger. Okay, so you want to take a step back and just look at your lettering, make sure you like the way it looks. I actually want to move the word let a little bit closer to the tree, and so I'm just going to erase that and redo it. And once I'm happy with that, now I can go and put that in marker. And then after that, you can just erase your pencil marks. And I'm just gonna end this in a little heart period here. And that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.